This summer in Europe, the weather some days was so hot, many of the fragrances I smelled while walking in the street next to people was overpowering with sort of sweet, strong notes. Too powerful for the hot, sticky weather. I almost felt nauseated. This prompted me to go on a hunt for fragrances that would smell amazing in the heat. Not too much and not too subtle. I found some that are perfect for the hot, sticky weather. So stay tuned as we get undressed and salty in paradise. Have you ever smelled the fragrance in the heat that made you completely nauseous? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear which ones those are. The first one we're going to look at is a brand new one from Issey Miyake. The Miyake fragrances are usually available at a good price and the performance is also very good. There are already a few from Issey Miyake you could wear, this summer or in the summer for great results, like the original still sold today from 1994 or the original Intense 2007 with a powerful yuzu note, citrus, beautiful, absolutely stunning to this day. There are also some other ones you could wear, like a little bit newer. I'm thinking of the ones with the wooden caps, like the 2024 Solar Lavender or the 2022 Owen Cedar, as well as the 2023, I think there was a Vetiver as well in there. All work with the heat since they aren't too strong. However, I found a stellar new one released in 2024. It is called Les Ailes d'Issey. This one right here. Les Ailes means the salt, I believe. This brand new fragrance comes in a whole new bottle on its own. I like the new bottle, actually. It's quite heavy, lots of glass in it. Let me know what you think of this new bottle for Issey Miyake. The other flacons, they were a little bit cumbersome. I like them, but due to their size, they just took a little bit more space. They do look awesome on the shelf, nonetheless. This new bottle is quite heavy. This is 100 ml eau de toilette. Why don't we give it a spray and see what we get from it? Right at the beginning, after you spray this, when you're going to get a marine note that's sort of veiled, maybe in some wood. I have to say, the first time I sprayed this fragrance, I liked it immediately. The wood and, the earthy sort of backbone combined with a little bit of a non-fishy marine note was a complete winner for me. The notes listed are sea salt, ginger. It gives a bright sort of opening, great for the heat. The seaweed that's also listed here is with vetiver, but like I said, the seaweed is not fishy at all. In fact, it is perfectly balanced with a bright vetiver. I would go with probably Haitian vetiver on this one. The notes listed on the base are going to be cedar wood and some oak moss for a bit of weight and stabilization. But as we're talking about stabilization, this Quentin Bisch fragrance does stay and last all day long with really good protection. The freshness from the top does fade a little bit as the fragrance wears, and it gives it a bit more body as it sort of lingers on. But it is an all-day fragrance and it is somewhat linear. That's a nice thing because I actually don't really get tired of this fragrance at all throughout the day. There's a slightly smooth sweetness about it as well that I really enjoy. It is almost like there's a sense of calmness about this fragrance. Quite lovely. Les Ailes d'Issey or Salt d'Issey is a classy, clean fragrance. It is also more on the masculine side. Of course, if you are familiar with, Quentin Bisch's fragrances, then you will draw similarities, to the Kenzo fragrances perhaps. Perfumers usually have a signature on their fragrances, and that, is one thing that you can tell for sure that this is a Quentin Bisch fragrance. After all, he is a master of unique and fantastic marine fragrances. But as for me, I really enjoy this new Salt d'Issey. It's a great buy. It's still going to be, full retail. It'll probably drop pretty soon. You might want to wait for it there. But for me, I'm glad I bought it. My whole family really enjoys it. It's a great fragrance. It's nice to have. The next one that we're going to look at today is going to be one from Jean Paul Gaultier. This one is released in 2024 and it was super hard to get. I had to literally hunt this one down.
People will always want to find it. Hunt it down.
It seems to be consistently sold out and almost impossible to find at a good price. I did get lucky and found it at a random store in Munich, Germany, and it was the only bottle left. Just a quick side note. Let's give it a spray while I tell you about my side note. You don't want to travel with this one. It is a 125 milliliter, 4.2 ounce bottle. So you won't be able to carry it on the plane if you carry it on. You have to check this bottle because it's 125. Unless it was purchased at a duty-free store, with a bag and a receipt has to be closed off still. Since I didn't purchase this one, at the duty-free store, I bought it in a store in Munich, Germany, I had to check this one in my luggage. So I had it in the carry-on. They told me I couldn't carry it on. So I had to check it with my other luggage. Of course, I already had some. So I had to pay a ridiculous charge because I wasn't going to toss this Stellar Summer fragrance, She looked at me like if I was going to, but I'm like, no, I'll go and check it. So I had to go back through the entirety of the check-in and then check my luggage with the fragrance in it and then make my way back.
Biggest pain in the butt that ever came down the pike.
But I'm glad I did it. Actually, I had 2 of these. The other fragrance wasn't a Paradise Garden. It was Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau de Parfum. I also found this one, the Le Parfum, also found this one over there for a good price. So there were 2 of them, which made, the check-in, I guess, sort of worth it. It just so happens that the Le Beau Paradise Garden release from 2024 is also a Quentin Bisch fragrance. This time it is a beachy summer scent with, a Gaultier flair. It is for a definite coconut and fig lover. The fragrance does have a green note sort of hovering above it, which is quite nice. It is youthful, it is sweet, it is smooth, never too much, even in the heat. I do think if you have the Le Beau, the Le Parfum, or the other Le Beau, the original, this might be slightly redundant with, the Le Beau being more of an everyday sort of scent. While Paradise Garden is going to be best suited, in the summer with sort of a beachy vibe. Quentin's signature is definitely still in this one, probably due to the sea and water notes. However, the signature is much more faint than it is in the Exalt Dizzy. Paradise Garden will also last all day and has a good projection that sort of tapers over time. Paradise Garden is unisex, since everyone, I think, can wear a beachy coconut, fragrance, in my opinion. Paradise Garden does have a significant amount of sweetness without ever being overbearing in the heat. It is super fun, it is playful. I would, however, wait for this one, for the prices to drop, as I've seen this one online and other places for upwards of $300. At that price point, I do not recommend the purchase. At least wait for it to drop to a fair retail price. The prices truly have gone mad over this Jean Paul Gaultier juice. Nonetheless, it makes this one a wonderful choice for summer, especially if you're on vacation. Beautiful fig and coconut with a slight green note all the way throughout it. It's never too much. It's a beautiful wear in the summer. But Zadig Voltaire's 2016 release, yeah, I know I said high heat. This Is Him is a beautiful, spicy, smoky vanilla, simply cozy and warm. I have always wanted a scent profile like this for the rest of the year. I was pleased to find out that Just Rock from 2017 is similar and works, for the fall. Just Rock is without the smoke, making it a little bit lighter. Just Rock, however, is still way too heavy for the summer or spring. A few years later, in 2024, following this 2017 Just Rock release, This Is Really Him came out. This Is Really Him added some metallic notes in Palo Santo wood, known for its fresh citrus touch. This must be as close as I'm gonna get, I was thinking, to a summer scent with this fantastic original profile in the background. Since This Is Really Him does work, for the cooler days of summer. Well, I was wrong. Nathalie Lasson, the perfumer, released a fragrance called This Is Him Undressed in the year before, 2023. I just got my hands on it. This is the one for high heat and perhaps even spring. Although the original scent profile in this one is almost gone, it is, a beautiful skin scent with a hint of the original in the back. Sort of blended with some musk and some salt and a touch of pepper. Still a little spice in there. Let's give it a spray. There's enough of sort of woody notes in here and a bit of moss, making it perfect for like maybe summer and spring. It still has the original DNA in the back, and you can still tell it is a This Is Him fragrance. Undressed is clean, it is fresh with a touch of sensuality, you know, much like clean, undressed skin. I really enjoyed this one. This is finally the one that I was looking for. Now I have one for all the seasons. Beautiful profile. So if you like the This Is Him, the original, and you've always wondered like me, hey, I want something like that, but I want to be able to wear it, you know, throughout the entire year, then this is the way to go. This Is Him Undressed. Let me know your thoughts on these fragrances. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't yet. I'd love to have you on board. I had super fun. I hope you did too. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next